Hi Pisces, this is Just with your February 15th to the 28th, 2018 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Pisces, some of you may be hearing or have heard from your mother, if obviously if she's still here, that she misses you. She hasn't heard from you. There seems to be missed phone calls or just have not spoken the last month, or for some of you the last 4 days, or the last 4 tries. She's tried to reach out to you, has been unsuccessful. So pick up the phone and call your mom. Okay, she misses you, or you may be missing your mother if she's not here. Okay, just feel like some of you could be down because you're missing your mom. Others of you, if that's the case, you're working a lot, or she's working a lot. So someone in your life, if it's not your mother, could be, the woman in your life. But there's a missing that person. That person may be, focused heavily on something else. Now, I feel like there is a situation where some of you are being very caring and loving right now. Either you're receiving a lot of love and affection, or you're the one giving it out. Okay, so a lot of you are feeling really loved. It's coming off of the heels of some disappointment, okay, or separation. Again, you and your mate could have been travel for work. So I just see separation, and now there's making up a lost time, as far as like coming back together again. I feel like if there was a fallout, you guys weren't necessarily on the same page, the initiation of trying to work things out and an olive branch being extended to some extent has not come without there being an evaluation of what is this? What is this? How can we now make something new and start new and fresh and better than what we had before? Okay. So I do see that there needed to be an audit check in your relationship, if that makes any sense. I feel like to some extent things may have gotten boring, or it may have gotten complacent. And now there's this idea of how do we kind of re-inject some new energy into this relationship. And that could have happened during, again, a time of reprieve from one another, it looks like. Again, finances may be an issue at this time as well. There may be a different way of how you guys are going to approach your finances together. There may even be some wanting to incorporate your finances together. So that seems a bit interesting with you and your mate. I get that this second part of February will be one that is more spiritually inclined, and a lot of you will be following your intuitive state, or at least you need to. Your intuition is going to bring you a level of success, will bring the things to you that you most desire. So this isn't necessarily a time to sit and just talk. Quite the contrary. Really say nothing. Say nothing. Say as much of nothing as you possibly can, and just get the temperature of the room, still yourself, and try to feel your energy as to what's best for you. There may have been an opportunity for some of you to, or an initial opportunity, an offer of some sort that could have brought a bit of disappointment. Some of you could have invested in something that you, again, may have been a bit disappointing, like, the timing could have been off, it looks like. And now you're just kind of trying to see, if this thing is going to yield the financial, increase that you were looking for. If it's worth it, your time, your energy, your effort into this thing that, again, you started. It looks like, again, you don't know that things will work out for you. Again, you're not sure, but things seems like they will work out. It will take time. I'm getting a month and a half. I'm getting June. I'm also feeling May. So those are going to be very critical points. If it's not a month and a half, then it'll be May, or it'll be definitely June is what I'm getting, when things can kind of like move forward. Again, I'm getting a month or 4 months. So March, April, May, June. Yeah, June. Again, keep feeling that June energy. Now, and if you've invested something, April may be a low period. So April, things may go down for you. Your work itself may go down in the month of May. So as far as finances are concerned, I would be very conscious, very conservative when it comes to your finances, because it looks like whatever you have your money tied in, it's going to take some time before it builds back up. Okay. Do not allow this, whatever the situation is, if it's finances, if it's a relationship, if it's a workload, that sort of thing. Don't allow it to, make you succumb to doing things to escape from this reality. You have to have faith. You have to know that, in time, things will work out. It will bring you a sense of feeling a bit restricted, especially if your money's tied up. Now you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't travel, you can't, make other moves you like to do. But the last thing you want to do is just run out off of an emotion, or because someone said something, you want to take action. Again, use your own intuitive side to feel things out and make your best judgments, because I do see that. Now, so I discussed finances, and again, the month of April, they may be a little low period in your finances. In the second week of February, I do see that after a stoppage. So they may be, 4 days if you have your own business where business is down. Work may be low because you've taken vacation, you've taken a few days off. Some of you may be not feeling well, so hopefully you feel better. And then you're going back to work. There may be this feeling as though you go back to work and now you're working extremely hard, or you're trying to get something taken care of and it seems to be impossible for you to be able to do it. Some of you also may be wanting to leave your job and get a promotion, move on to another level of your job, or go to a different area of your job that will give you some form of leverage. It comes with strings attached, and it won't necessarily turn out in the month of February. Again, you have to give it some time. So timing is the issue here. I feel like it's definitely a momentum where it's a build up. It's not something that, bam, it's happening now or even in the month of March. So just be patient. I think the catalyst here is to be patient and use your intuitive side. It's working immensely for you. I feel like Neptune, possibly with Jupiter and Scorpio, is working for you guys a little bit better. And some of you may be wanting to get out, be social. You may have a lot going on, so you may find yourself having to go out and take care of a lot of things. So you may find that these 2 weeks are a bit busy for you. But there is an aspect of something you want to accomplish, something you want to get to, is a bit restrictive now, okay? And it can have something to do with that Saturn and Capricorn, okay? Now, I know for you guys, Saturn and Capricorn shouldn't really be touching you unless you have Libra on Aries or some other aspect that could be opposing or squaring Capricorn. It's just a time that right now is going to be a lot of work, and it's something that you can't detach from. If you could, like, let's say that thing that you've invested in and now it's starting to take too long, or your money is tied up, or it's, declining, you may find that, if I could pull out of this thing now, I would. Like, things have just gotten to a place where you feel, this is crazy. But again, you're bound to it. So now you just have to ride the wave. Okay? And it'll go up and down. And you may feel like you're going crazy and it's kind of driving you nuts, but just heed my call. I feel like in a fire season. So again, it would be great if it's Aries, right? In the month of April, or it could be like around Leo season. Things will change so much. So again, ride the wave. Whatever this thing is that you've put in, there's a slow build for you to see the results of it. Okay. Now, as it relates to love, I feel like some of you are at a crossroads to some extent with your relationship. I did mention that you guys are kind of reconciling after there being a break in communicating with your mate. I feel that there is some things that aren't being shared together, and that's usually the case with a Pisces. You guys are very secretive, or you attract secretive people. And I feel that there is a needing to take you're taking on a different perspective or a different way about doing things. Some of you may have been very clingy, or someone's been very clingy to you, and as it relates to a relationship, and that just changes. I just see like where there was this, overt, almost like suffocating energy to you, or you to another person, it's like, okay, I'm done. You're not like you're over the relationship, but you're definitely allowing a person a little bit more freedom. You're not, again, holding so tightly to them. That would be an amazing thing for you to do, just for your own liberation, right? Because you want to be able to be, that's liberating yourself. That's not liberating the other person. to give a person their own sense of independence. That's giving you your independence. So that's good. Or someone could be doing that to you. So they're not being as clingy. So it's something about this time apart. There was some deep thinking on both of your parts. And in that, again, you come back together again. There is a lot of love on offer. So there's a lot of I love you, I miss yous, and that sort of thing. And it's mutual. It is real. So there isn't a real true, because we have the Two of Cups here. So there's a real true mutuality in the love that's expressed. But on a practical level, there are these deep thoughts about, there still is unknown of where you're going. Is it eventually going to be on your own, individually disconnected from one another? Whatever it is, I feel like someone is accepting it. Like whatever it's going to be is what it's going to be. In the second week, I do see that there may be some alone time that you may be taking with your mate. Quiet time. I feel like there even may be not necessarily seeing your mate again, because there could be, again, them working and they work at a distance, so you don't always see them. There may be, again, that creeping, that feeling as though, so someone feel like they've gotten their wits about themselves. They are controlling themselves. Okay, I have a handle on this. And then it turns into, actually, no, I don't have a handle on this. So you could be falling back into those same, very strong, toxic feelings of either feeling controlled, feeling stuck and stifled. And it will resonate more for Pisces ladies. You may be the ones feeling very stuck, stifled, controlled, restricted in a lot of ways in a situation. Like he has more of the freedoms or more of the control and you don't. Actually, neither one of you do. The reality of this is all mental, it's psychological. Everyone's their own individual. So if you're feeling like that, that's only your hang up. You can bust out of it. You need to get a higher way of thinking. Again, use your own personal intuitive nature to know what's going on. Don't rely on your old kind of ways that you've kind of built for yourself, old, outdated ways that will creep up again. Okay. It could also be them as well. I do see that if you're trying to start something in the workplace, as far as love is concerned, that could be a bit problematic. Okay. So be careful with that, because I feel like it would be someone who doesn't really have intentions toward anything serious, even though they may flirt with you. They may, in one way come off that they're someone that's interested, but then you're going to realize that there's more to this than meets the eye. Okay. And to some extent, you can't be with this person anyway, because there is these restrictions. Okay. And someone may feel like, again, they can't love, but to some extent, their love is not unlimited. Like they can love you, but only to a point. And I'm getting that a lot from Pisces women too. Like, yeah, you're enjoying the person and you like them and you have feelings for them, and that's great. But it's only to a certain extent you can love them. You may feel like this is really about sex. It's not about love. Or, this is about control. It's not about love. Or, this is for them to get to a higher place in career. You may feel that. So there's these alternative motives. Someone's feeling that it's not an authenticness with love and commitment. They feel like this person has an alternative motive. Okay. So that's what I'm getting here. And if that is the feeling, then that may make whomever that's feeling that way, that may make them realize that, you know what, I'm going to enjoy this for what this is, but I'm not going to emotionally open myself up any further, because I see what it is. So there's something about a relationship that will become clear to you that you feel like, again, there's alternative or arterial motives here. And what is being said to you, which is I love you, I miss you, and all of those things, you're going to get a dose of reality of exactly what that is. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. And that may have something to do with this Mars. I believe Mars is in Sagittarius. And if it's not in now, it'll be in during this reading and into March. So there's that dose of reality, because with Mars squaring Neptune, there will be, I feel to some extent, a dose of reality. And it may come by way of someone's actions, seeing how they act, or, their movements to some extent. So that's what I have for you guys for the last 2 weeks of February. I hope this has been helpful. If you feel like this is not the best reading, don't worry. You're in a huge company of other signs who isn't the best reading for. I can't even tell you who has the better reading, really, except I think Gemini is the only sign really that has like a really good reading. So that's what I have for you guys for the last 2 weeks of February. The catalyst to this thing here is that I feel like you guys are the ones that have your wits about yourself. You'll see what it is. You won't necessarily fall completely all the way apart. You'll see it for what it is, and it's almost a protection, because if you were to, drink the Kool-Aid, as they say, if you were to believe whatever they say, then you may find yourself, especially if you're being used, you may find that you may have given more than down the line you may regret it because you've given too much. But since you're being very restricted here until you can get the rose-colored glasses off, then it's kind of protecting you because you haven't given so much of yourself. And then when it's time to disconnect, you're still intact, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for you guys for the remainder of February 2018. I hope that this has been helpful. If you would like to share with us how this has, please do so in the comment section below. We love to hear from you. If you would like a personal reading with me, I can be reached at the beginning and end to this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome, 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 and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Pisces.